everybody, welcome to Bitman TV and our coverage, our review of Raw and Smackdown week commencing the 13th of February. If you could be so kind and like and subscribe to the channel, thank you very much. We're growing day by day, week by week, so thank you to all my supporters who's supporting this channel. I do appreciate you. So the show starts with Becky Lynch basically coming out, talking about how she beat Bailey, and a thumbs up to Lita for having her back. Then Bailey comes out and basically talks about what happened there, how also Bailey has been a dominant champion for Raw and Smackdown brand, and she's a Triple Crown champion, and Becky's not. But then Becky fires back and goes, "You have never main evented WrestleMania." Also, the gist of the conversation was Becky and Bailey want a chance to go to WrestleMania. So Becky was trying to partition for a entrant into the women's Elimination Chamber, in which Adam Pearce was out there. While this was all being said, Bailey and Becky going back and forth, Adam Pearce was out there as well. Then Bianca Belair comes out and basically says, "Hey, I'm the champ. You're talking about my championship. I should be here as well." So then Adam Pearce makes a ruling that there's going to be a triple threat match later in the night. Bailey, Becky and Bianca. If Becky or Bailey win, they're added to the chamber match. And instead of starting in the chamber match as a one-on-one match, it'll be a triple threat match, which is a really good idea. But if Bianca wins, no one wins anything. So we'll see what happens later. Then we had the Judgment Day in the back with Dom saying Mummy's doing well, but Mummy is not there tonight. And then the Judgment Day are set to face the Street Profits. So then that goes straight into the Street Profits versus Judgment Day. Really good match. Go and watch it. But in the end, Finn Balor wins. And then as he wins, Edge and Beth Phoenix come out to beat down the Judgment Day. And by surprise, Mummy, or Rhea Ripley, is there, and she flattens Beth Phoenix. Then we have the contract signing with Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley. So Brock comes out with his hat, smiling as he usually does, throws things out the ring because he doesn't need any chairs, and he's basically there waiting for Bobby Lashley to come and sign the contract. Before Bobby Lashley comes out, loads of security come out. I'm like, what is going on? They bring out a table. Then Bobby Lashley comes out and says he's not getting in the ring and they're not doing it Brock's way, 'cause it's always Brock's way. Bobby once again reiterates he's got all the marbles and everything's in his corner. It did seem like when the crowd was booing Bobby, it was rattling him a little bit on the mic. But Brock started laughing when this was happening. But Bobby composed himself and got back. Brock basically says, "Come and sign a contract. I'm going to come out there and make you sign it." So that's what happened. Brock came out and then they got into a big battle. But Bobby Lashley took out Brock and then signed the contract. Then we had Piper versus Mia Chin in a really good match, which Piper won. Congratulations to Piper, fellow UK individual. Then we had like a show showing all the drama with the bloodline and what's happened with Sami Zayn and Roman Reigns. Then we go to Corbin. Baron Corbin's about to be interviewed. Then they cut Baron Corbin's interview because Sami Zayn turned up unannounced into the ring, and he basically calls out Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes comes out and Sami Zayn asks Cody Rhodes, does he think that Sami Zayn can beat Roman Reigns? Sami Zayn was basically very passionate in this back and forth. It was a really good segment. Cody just basically says Sami Zayn needs to believe in himself. Does Sami Zayn think he can beat Roman Reigns? Really good back and forth. Go and watch it. It was gold for sure. Some of the best mic work I've seen. So go and watch it. Then we had Nikki Bella and Carmella and Oscar talking in the back, and then Candice pulled up and asked Nikki why she is following her, and obviously Nikki started laughing because she is a bit out there. Then we had Baron Corbin saying he's better off without JBL, and say Sami Zayn is a dead man walking because he's going to lose to Roman Reigns, and then he starts bad mouthing Cody Rhodes. As he's doing that, he starts talking about Cody Rhodes' family. Cody Rhodes is actually behind him and hears all this, and it turns into a big brawl that goes into a match with Cody Rhodes versus Baron Corbin. Basically a squash match, and Cody Rhodes wins with the Crossroads. Then we have Nikki, Carmella and Oscar versus Raquel, Liv and Natalya, sort of Raw versus SmackDown. Really good match, but in the end, Oscar wins. So who is really ready for Oscar? Then we have the Alpha Academy in the back. Otis is there eating a famous hot dog from the state they was in. And then MMM turn up and give Otis the card because they would like Otis to model for him. And basically Gable just took the card and said, this is rubbish. But I see this sort of being it sort of feels like a Mandy Rose Otis type style that they did, angle they did before, love story type thing. But anyway, then Bronson Reed pulls up and goes, ha, and laughs and keeps walking. Then we had Bronson Reed against Mustafa Ali in a really good match. Mustafa Ali did put some resistance, but in the end, Bronson won. Then we had Edge and Beth Phoenix saying they're basically coming for the Judgment Day in a hole. Then we had Miz interviewing Seth Rollins. Seth came out in these Smurf boots. I forgot the name. There's actually a name for them. They're doing the rounds now with famous people wearing them. I would never wear them in my life for anything, but he was wearing them, and Miz started taking the mick out of Seth, saying they're Super Mario boots and he's going to call Luigi to help. So then Miz started, Seth snaps and started attacking Miz, and then Theory comes out and takes out Seth. Then we had Rick Boost and Elias going back and forth in the back. Elias was sort of trying to big league Rick Boost, saying if he wins his match, maybe if he doesn't lose to the Miz, maybe him and Elias can do some work together. We'll see. Then we had Miz versus Boost in a really good match, which Boost won. Then we had Adam Pearce and Chelsea Greenbaum going back and forth. I think Chelsea might be pulling some type of harassment card, so Adam Pearce says, I'm out. Then in the main event of the evening on Raw, we have Becky, Bianca and Bayley in a triple threat match. Really good match. All the participants in the women's Elimination Chamber came down as well, so there's a big brawl at ringside. But Becky took out Bayley, but before Becky could get the pin, Bianca interferes and then throws Becky off, and then Bianca gets the pin. So neither Bayley or Becky, unfortunately, will be going to the chamber, and Bianca Belair wins. Is it just me, or is Bianca Belair like the female John Cena? I believe she's the female John Cena. I've said it here before. Then so that was Raw. Raw was really good. Go and watch it if you haven't seen it. Then we go on to SmackDown. SmackDown starts with Natalya and Shotzi versus Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler in a really good match, which Ronda wins. Then they show part one of the Bloodline story, the dissension, the deceit, the lying, the backstabbing, the fighting. So that's part one. Then we have Hit Row come out and they're doing a rap to the crowd, which is then interrupted by Bray and Uncle Howdy, who obviously turn up and beat them down. And then Bray makes a challenge to Brock Lesnar or Bobby Lashley, the winner of the match. Bray's next up. So that's probably going to be the winner of them two. Whoever wins will face Bray at WrestleMania, it looks like. Then we had Madcap in the back, said he's ready for his IC Championship match, so we'll see what happens there. Then we had Ariel Awani in the crowd doing some mic work, so yeah, it's good to see Ariel there. He covers mixed martial arts. Then we had Drew and Sheamus versus the Viking Raiders in a really good match. In the end, Drew won. And then we had the Bloodline Part 2, basically saying the dissension, the deceit, the lying, the fighting, everything going on. So that's Part 2 of that, so go and watch that if you haven't seen it. Then we had Ray and Cross go back and forth. Obviously, they've got a feud going on, so we'll see what happens there. Then we had Liv Morgan versus Asuka in a really good match, which Asuka wins. Asuka's on a roll right now. She's just unbeatable right now, so I don't know who's going to stop Asuka. Then Gunter is in the back saying he's ready for this match, ready for his match with Madcap. So we had Gunter versus Madcap for the Intercontinental Championship. Gunter's held the belt now on SmackDown, the title, for 252 days, which is really good. So shout out to Gunter for doing well. And Gunter is still your IC champion, so a really good turnout there for Gunter. Then in the main segment, we had Sami Zayn come out. The crowd was going crazy. I've never seen this before. The crowd would literally continue to be chanting continually. The crowd wouldn't stop chanting his name, making noise, singing, you know what I mean? So that's Sami's hometown. They were really going crazy. And basically, he just calls out Roman and said he's coming for Roman. He's going to take him down. And he spoke some French as well. I don't know what he said, but he said he's going to take him down. So that was Raw and SmackDown. If you could like and subscribe to the channel, that'd be so kind of you. Thank you very much.